Hi everyone, it's Sarah. Thank you for joining me. I'm sharing with you a make using some of the stamps from the new collection Meadowbrook Tales. I just love this home in its tree trunk. There's lots of opportunities for colouring in on this piece, and me being me, lots of places where I can add a variety of toadstools. So let's get making. The base for this card is a 5x5 folded card. So the multifarious I've cut for this is, now I've forgotten now, I think it was 11 and a half. There's an 11.5 centimetre square. And we're going to be using Faelorn Rest as our main image. So let's get my paper and let's get stamping. I'm using Fallen Leaves ink pad again. I've been using this a lot lately. It just works so well for a more gentler line, I guess. So I'm placing it just slightly off centre, I would say, and giving myself enough room at the top and to the side to add in those extras, those toadstools, and I've got the welcome sign in here as well. So there we go. That's our main image. I've already, now you can do this with masking sheet. I probably should do it with masking sheets. I have masking sheets, but I always have the paper next to me, and I just think, oh, you know, it'll be fine. And if you can hold your piece of paper still enough to be able to mask with, then a piece of paper is absolutely fine. But that's just me. So I'm going to get I've got my lamp set, and I also need my welcome sign. I just love this. I think there's so many uses for this. I mean, this would make a great home warming card, wouldn't it? Or a welcome home card. There's so much you can do with this. You could have the little birds sitting on the top, etc. So, like I say, I stamped this on a piece of paper. I've cut round. I don't need to cut round this bit because I'm not masking that bit at all. I'm just going to place that there, and I do kind of place it slightly in from the line because although it doesn't feel thick, there is a thickness to that paper, and having that gap just gives you a bit of leeway for getting it really close up. So let's stamp the welcome sign there. Can you see how that's really come up nicely, crisp against that line? Whereas I think if I'd not as placed it as carefully, or even slightly over, I would have had I mean, it would have been a minuscule gap, and you can fill it in, but that's me wanting it to work that way. Now there's quite a lot from this. The lamp set is one of my favourites. There's a couple of sets in here. The lamp set has 2 lamps, and all the mini toadstools that I use, I don't know, it's one of my most used stamps, I think. This one I am going to stamp in black. I'm going to get my mask again, and I'm just, like I say, this side of the line. So let's ink up that lamp. And it's going to be coming out just, oh. Now you see, this is where, if I've been using masking sheet, which should really be a bit easier. There we go. There's our lamp. So we're going to start building up the shrooms. Let me give you a little look again at the sample. So I've got the little shrooms from the lamp set, but I've also got these ones here. I've coloured in pink. They are, and I've got them, they are the star cap mushrooms from the previous set. So that was a Kindred Creatures set. It's just such an incredibly detailed stamp. And then I've used the idea of those dots around the star-cap mushrooms, and added dots just with a black pen round the other mushrooms as well. So I'm going to ink up my star-cap shrooms. Just the top is what I'm using initially. And I'm going to pop those in the middle. There we go. And then I can build the other mushrooms around. I've also got them coming out here round my welcome sign. And to do that, I did actually just hold it in my hand and stamped it down. I'm going to give that a go again. So just off to the side. Let's get some of these shrooms down. There we are. Right, then we can get going with some of the shrooms, little toadstools from the lamps set. And you can pop these where you like, really. I've got, probably be easier with a smaller block, to be fair, and it would definitely be easier if you're using a masking sheet. Have a couple there. I think I'll get the bigger ones. There we go. Let's have those at the top, just to give a bit of height really on this side, and then I can build the smaller ones around. We'll have coming at the side there. I've lost my masking sheet. I'm almost showing you how not to do it really here, aren't I? Use the masking sheet, folks. Yeah, like that. Want some down the side here to help you with your stamping. So there we go. Let's add some shrooms coming out the side there. And the other thing I sometimes do as well is if I just want a single one, I'll get my baby wipe and just wipe that one clean. And let's pop a little bit of one. I'm going to put another piece of paper under there because that's not very long. Another little one there. I'm going to extend this out slightly, so that's okay, like that. Pop another couple of shrooms standing about here. I should put one of the bigger ones in as well. Again, I'm just going to do a single. So let's mainly ink that one, wipe the other one down. Then that's going to go about there. There we go. So I think that's all the stamping we need. And the next steps are about adding in some colour. So I've got some browns. In fact, I've got all the brown. I think I've got the 24 sets of these. I've got all the browns out of there. I have a green, kind of a yellow ochre colour, a pink and some blue. And I'm going to get colouring. So I've got two greens. So for the grass, I used a lighter green overall, and then added the more olivey green on top just to give it a bit of variation, because you'll see all different shades of green when you look at grass. And then you'll notice I've got my pencil sharpened really well, so I don't get into the detail of that grass. And I'm mainly doing it darker along the top and then down into some of these blades of grass that are hanging over. And you can see already it's just making it a bit more realistic. As realistic as these things are. I think while I'm working away at the top there, I'm just going to use the pink. You can obviously use whatever colours you want. If you wanted different colour shrooms, you choose your colour. And then the other one's down here, going to match as well. The trunk, really, it's up to you how you do your trunk. This is kind of a russety brown, I would say, maybe. And I mainly did the tops of the stumps, so the bit where the wood's been chopped off to create these steps. I'm leaning on harder to the left and then slightly lifting my pencil as I come towards the right to give it a bit of variation in colours if the light's coming this way. If you've not done this before, it's worth having a play with your pencils just to get to know them as a tool. I think as adults we expect to be able to do things straight away when we've never done them before. And actually we need to practice. So, you know, practicing on a piece of paper hard and then coming along and just getting paler and paler is really good. It's really pleasing if you do those in like rectangular boxes and write the numbers underneath, have like a sampler. I just think colour swatching is just so enjoyable. Now then, let's add a different brown now into the interior. If I'm honest, I can't remember which browns I used for which bits, but it doesn't really matter. Now again, this is, I'm imagining that's a cut bit, so I think I'm going to do this different. I'm going to come in with that same brown that's that cut, as if the woodcutter's just chopped the log in half and then added a bit more. Let's see what else we've got here. That's a lighter one, and then this is the darker one, I think. So this lighter one I'm just going to do all over. So I'm going to give it an all over coverage, add some of the darker brown just to lift it. And we'll use that dark brown on here as well. Starting dark at the top and then drawing it down lighter. As always, there's so much detail in these stamps that you don't really need to add much. It's mainly been done for you. When I was colouring this in, I was thinking how nice it would make to make a little mini colouring book, either for yourself if you enjoy colouring and you wanted to take it, you know, if you're going away, or just to have about, just to sit and colour. Or it'd be great for any little people in your life who would enjoy colouring fairy scenes like this. So I'm just going over the top here with that darker brown and down from the top. And I will come in with a wet paintbrush as well to draw out that colour and bring it down and across. I'm kind of drawing myself a little base, stretching out that trunk and grounding it really, I guess, on the page. So we just need to do top trunk. Not the right brown. That one I've just been using. Yes. No. That's okay. I'll add some sections of that one and we'll use that for the edging of that archway. That's that one. And then we'll add the bulk of the colour here with this pencil and then add some depth with the dark brown. And I think it would be dark under this mat of grass growing on the top of this lovely stump. Use the yellow, I'd call this yellow ochre, and I'm just going around that edge of it and then bringing that colour in like we practiced here. So dark around the edge and then just bringing it in just to keep it light really. And I didn't do it on my sample, but I think on this one I'm just going to add a little hint brown around the edges. Just doing it well in those corners really. Colour the post. I'm going to do my blue first. So what I did was I don't know why, I just thought it'd be quite nice to have a blue glow around the stump to kind of indicate the sky, but not without wanting to fill the whole card with a blue background. So I'm just kind of going around the outline, softening it a bit as I pull the pencil away from the image. Those shrooms keep looking at me. Plum-like pencil I was using for another piece. So just add a little, there we go. They were just looking a little bit flat, and then a little bit more of that blue. Coming round. I'm going to wet my paintbrush, and I'm just going to, and I've just wiped that on my hand a little bit just so it's not too wet, because I'm going to pull that colour out. I don't want to pull it out. I didn't want a lot of water on and pulling it out too far. I just think it gives a really nice watercolourish effect. Just need a little bit more water, and we'll do the same up here. I'm going to stay away from those pink shrooms because I don't want to get them wet. And then we'll just pull together some of the colour that we've got on here. And we're going to bring it round to add a base. Adding the water just blends those colours together, and like I say, down here it's giving me some grounding for those stumps and letting me extend the area. And if we want to add some water on here, it kind of smooths them out, I guess. So it's quite nice to have a variety, some of it blended with water, some of it just staying as brush marks. Trouble is I just get carried away with it. There we go. I'm just going to give it a blast with the heat gun because I want to add the dots in, and then I'm going to go over and add in some stenciling. This is a uni pen, fine liner. There's loads of different fine pens that you can use to add your dots. I'm adding a few together round the trunk, and then a bit more sporadic or spread out a bit further up. And I'm just echoing what was around these, what were they called? Star cap. Echoing what's around the star cap shrooms, really. Just bringing it all together. Have that odd dot around the grass. Give quite a few around the base of that shroom, just so it looks like it's, again, got a bit of base. So I moved it slightly so I can emphasise it a bit more. There we go. And I just need my stencil. I need to put my mask back on. And I had a mask for welcome. So again, just stamped it. Mine's with copy paper. You might be being more sensible and using masking sheet. And I'm going to add the stencil, which actually is great for holding all that in anyway. I'm going to use the Bermuda ink pad. I don't know about you, but I find that if I've had ink pads about, those are the ones I tend to use a bit more of. I kind of go through phases. Now, again, I inked this not long ago, so I'm just going to brush some of that off. And what I'm doing is I'm going to come in next to the trunk and then move away. And you can just, because there's often more there than you think there's going to be, you can just lift it up and have a little look. I think it's almost magical, really, the way that you can get so much colour on there with hardly any, or it feels like hardly any on your brush. There we go. I'm going to give that a little light splatter because I can't resist that, just to give it a bit of a green smudge going. Oh, welcome blew away. And there we go. All that needs then is some black card to mount it, and then mount that on the plain card. And we have a lovely welcoming home card. So thanks for joining me. Let me know if you make one. I'd love to see yours, because I can't replicate exactly the one I've just made because I've used different browns. I've coloured in different blues slightly. I've got water in different places. You know, it can't be an exact replica, and it shouldn't be, because we're making something new. So yeah, I'd love to see your variations. Thanks for joining me.